motorsport. Put that thing in sports. Shot it bad, pop up like a court. You a dork, never been a sport. Pull up.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is well and good. I thought today I would film a chatty get ready with me. It's funny because I tried to do this the other day and my hair looked mad. Content, loved it, amazing. I'll just be in myself and being real, but my hair looked completely crazy. So I thought I'd try it again. I've got my large Costa drink. I've got extra hot caramel latte. The woman made it with love. So yes, I'm just gonna get started. I have already creamed my face. Obviously it's washed, creamed it, and I used this Fenty, I think it's like the semi matte instant retouch primer, and it's a soft matte version. I'm gonna start with my brows. I use the NYX Tame and Frame brow pomade and this brush that I could not tell you where it's from. It's from Primark actually, just to fill in my brows. I kind of just wanted to talk a bit about life currently, because life right now is just a bit, I just had to turn on the light because the lighting was giving, I kind of don't know if I look washed out. This basically, I don't know what the hell's been going on with my skin. Like, it's just, I don't know if it's stress or just life right now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but I just feel like, oh, this pandemic thing, like, it's really taken a toll on people. And I've definitely noticed that even people that haven't suffered with like mental health issues and stuff like that, like, are kind of, you know, having feelings of anxiety and stuff, social anxiety, like about going out and stuff. And it's just a lot of people that have like never really experienced that kind of thing before. And it's just like, I just feel like this pandemic, like, it's just, I don't know, man, like, it's just tiring. Like, so many of us are tired. Like, you know, the government are just saying, like, I feel like a lot of people that did even have faith in the government have just like lost it, because it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah, you know, we're not going to go into another lockdown. They've been saying we're not going to do another lockdown, and then now apparently like they're trying to do one after Christmas. So I'm filming this well, I think it's the 20th today, so it's a couple days, 20th of December, so it's a couple days till Christmas. And actually, like, a lot of people have got COVID currently, so it's like, is it the Omicron variant apparently? A lot of people that I know have been like, yeah, like, they've tested positive, and it's just like really sad actually, because it's like Christmas time. Like, my friend is gonna have to isolate over Christmas. No, it's just a hard time, and I feel like we want to look forward to stuff, but then it's like you can't plan too far ahead, so it's like you can't even be excited for anything at the same time. And it's just, I don't know, man. I'm like, okay, if you want to do another lockdown, cool, but please, Edgar, mon baby, please don't shut the gyms. I'm begging you, like, don't shut the gyms. Like, people are gonna go insane. Like, I'm sorry, but who's doing walking outside when it's frigging cold? Like, it's actually cold. Like, I've already decided, bro, if the gym's shut, I'm not working out. Like, at this point, my weight will just say whatever my weight says. Like, for gym people, like, I can't lie, I'm a gym babe, but come on now, like, I'm not doing that. So yeah, like, it's just currently, like, life is just a bit hard, like, mood wise. I've started my new job, which is like amazing. Like, I love it. Like, everyone is such chill vibes. But it's kind of at the end of the year, so it's not as busy currently. And also it's just a bit sad because obviously, like, I've met like some of the team the first week, which was really nice, but like then there was like advice for people to work from home, so the majority of the team is working from home. So like, I'm probably not gonna meet the majority of my team for like a while, and it's just, I don't know, it's just making me think, like, I guess like how things are now, like, work culture is like so different. Like, it's not the kind of like in-person vibe, like, where, you know, you get to like meet your colleagues and then like build proper relationships. Like, you still can, don't get me wrong, like, there's still Zooms and stuff, but it's, of course, it's not the same, like, to build like proper like connections with people, even like friends. Like, it's not really the same. Like, it's very hard to do that when like everyone is working from home and on Zoom. Like, it's not the same way like you would build a friendship, because it's like, oh hey, how are you? Like, it's like talking over like a flipping chat, like, to make friends with someone. Like, it's not weird, but it's weird. Like, you're not really gonna make like proper friends like that. Like, yeah, get on with your colleagues and stuff, but it would be nice to have like some proper work friends, and it's just, I feel like, definitely a bit more difficult. So yeah, that's just where I'm at currently, and that's like how I'm feeling about things. But apart from that, Christmas is looking like it should be fun. as long as they're not trying to say lockdown after Christmas, because I'm not involved, sorry. I'm just like, I'm telling you, I'm not I'm not doing that. Quick note, make sure you subscribe. It's free. Subscribe. It's free. But yeah, apart from that, I'm feeling very good and happy. I just think as well, like, I just go through phases. Like this week I've been really happy. Like last week I just felt like just a bit shit, and I just think like as well, like, we kind of just need to be okay with, not okay with feeling shit, but like, it's normal to not feel great sometimes. Like, it's actually fine, and it's very normal to just not feel great, especially like when around us, like, there's just a lot of kind of like negativity. Like, there isn't, not even to be like is it pessimistic, but like there's just not, there's a lot of basically bad news around us currently, and I'm just basically saying that like it's okay to feel like shit because there's a lot happening. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some people worse than others. The next thing that I wanted to touch on is kind of like how I'm feeling about YouTube currently, and then I'll also talk about hustle culture. So currently with YouTube, like, don't get me wrong, I love YouTube. Like, I absolutely love it. I always have, and I knew that this is something that I wanted to do from young. And the reason that like sometimes I'll take a break and then I'll come back, and I keep coming back, is because I know that sooner or later I'm gonna blow on YouTube, and like there's like no one can tell me otherwise. And I think sometimes it's hard for me to like remember that and like know that everyone's journey is different. Like, I just find it really hard because I'll see like someone else who started like, I don't know, like 2 months ago, and already they're on like 2k, 3k, 4k kind of vibe, and like my growth is growing. Like, my channel, don't get me wrong, but it's growing at a pretty slow rate. And I think sometimes with social media it's quite hard to like basically just face your front and be in your own lane, because you're seeing this person doing this, or this person having our six-figure business in a year or whatever, and it's like people are showing you that, and it's like, first of all, those people, they're not showing you how difficult it's been for them to get there. They're not showing every single bad thing that's happened to them in that time, or every single obstacle they've come across. And also, like, that's only a handful of people. I think sometimes social media makes it seem like every single person that started a business has got 6 figures in a year, or every single person that's done YouTube or started wanting to be a content creator has reached 10k in like 2 months. Like, that's just not the case for everyone. I think sometimes like we need to remember that as people, like, it's not everyone. Like, we're just seeing what seems to look good, and it's like that's not really the case for everyone. So I'm just really trying to just keep going and basically not look at the numbers too much. So if you're watching this, subscribe, because it really helps out. And I'm just trying to like find my own community and stuff, and like people that actually like me for me. Like, I feel like I used to do a lot of like trending videos, and now I just want to post content that I want to post. Like, this is like just me being real and chatty, and I just want to be able to post this content and actually like have, even if it's 5 solid people that are not friends, because I feel like friends is a bit different, but 5 solid people that are like, cool, oh my god, yeah, like get me, vibe with me kind of vibe, and just start to like kind of build my own community. And that's where I'm at now. Like, I just feel like I understand it's going to take a while and stuff, but at this point I'm just going to really be me. Not that I wasn't being me, but genuinely just film the content that I want to film, and then just praying that eventually, like, yeah, I just really start to find my own community. And I feel like YouTube is good for that, because there's so many people that do things that, you know, they thought, oh, maybe no one will watch, but like the algorithm has then matched with people that really fuck with their content. So like, I just praying that, you know, that is the case for me. And I think sometimes as well, like linking this to kind of like hustle culture, I'm just gonna use the Born This Way foundation, just so you know. Linking to hustle culture, it's kind of like, I feel like, especially as children of immigrants to this country, black people, Asian people, any other race, like, I feel like black people especially, I just feel like we kind of feel this kind of like duty to create generational wealth, and it basically lies on us. And like, it kind of does in a way, and I think some of us really struggle with that kind of like pressure, and we feel like, yeah, like, you know, hustle culture, we've got to work hard, grind, do your 9 to 5, come back, then start doing your 5 to 9 or whatever, like people say in those kind of like motivational things. I'm like, don't get me wrong, like sometimes, like, I'm definitely a hard worker and I want to have multiple businesses and all that, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just like, do I just want to be like a wife? Do you know what I mean? Not work, because this working thing is really long, and like just knowing that because of how my life is set up, and a lot of black people especially, I'm just going to speak on, like, I'm not saying it's only black people, but this is just what I know from the black people I know. It's kind of like, if we don't have, a lot of us don't have that backup where the, you know, our Caucasian counterparts do. And I'm not saying, oh, you know, Caucasian people, you know, that life is just easy for them or whatever, but I personally think the main reason is just because they have had time in this country, their family and generations have had time in this country to build up the wealth. And it's obviously a lot of our parents as black people haven't had that time in this country, and also kind of like the knowledge financially in terms of like how to save, how to invest. Like, a lot of our parents have come, they've had to struggle, live paycheck to paycheck, and then like it's quite hard to then turn that into like a kind of mindset of saving and investing. Like, it's quite hard to, I guess, learn when you're older, especially when, where are you getting the knowledge from, like who's teaching you? And a lot of, I guess, our parents haven't had anyone to kind of like teach them and show them, and I feel like that's why a lot of us feel that's our duty to kind of like teach them, and also like kind of create the next generation as well, because of the knowledge that we have kind of acquired from what we know. But at the same time, it's tiring, like having to be the one in your family that basically puts everyone on base. That, like, it's definitely tiring sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to continue because I don't see my future as anything but rich and successful, especially for my next generations, and part of like my purpose. Like, I'm starting to understand I know like what part of my purpose. It's just kind of like how I get there now that I'm just still trying to figure out. But I definitely know my purpose, and I'm definitely going to like make a mark and leave a mark for the next generations to continue. Of course, it's helping people, the purpose, but it's helping people in a way that's probably a bit more long term. So it's not instant help. That, you know, it's got to do with basically teaching the next generations and how to basically get us black people especially out of this situation of poverty, or like a poverty mindset, let's say, if you know what I'm talking about. And like, let's say third world poor. There's a book I read by a really good guy. He's like an entrepreneur, and his name is Rob Moore. I've listened to a couple of his audio books. So he writes the book, I think it's called Start Now, Get Better Later, something like that. And he also does a book called Money, Make More, Keep More, something more. It's called Money, the book. I've listened to it on Audible, and he's actually the voice of it as well, so it's really, really good. And so that you can learn from him about money and the poverty mindset, which he speaks about, like how he used to have, and kind of the thought of when you see someone with a nice car, you're thinking, oh, like, he probably stole it, or he's a drug dealer, and just that kind of mindset basically. And how kind of like I do think I've mentioned this slightly in my video about getting paid more, so my last video, about how like your mind is very, very powerful, and like if you don't believe you can get paid a certain amount, why would someone else believe it, kind of vibe. And in my next video I'm going to speak a bit more about this, and kind of like manifestation and kind of law of attraction as a Christian, because if you look at what they both mean, they're kind of contradiction, but I'm gonna do a whole video on that, so wait for that video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. The point is that like there's a lot of pressure, I feel like, as a black child in this day and age, between like 16 and like 30, to basically make it for your family and make it for the next generations. And at the same time, there are some people who, black or not, like whatever race, just want to work their 9 to 5 and come home and chill. And I think we also have to be okay with, some people want to do that, and that's completely fine. I feel like sometimes the people that are all about hustle culture and this and that are like, nah, like you can't rest, like why would you just want to do a 9 to 5? And it's like, but somebody has to do the 9 to 5s. And also, not as brutal as it sounds, not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Like, let's be real here, not everyone has the mindset, not like, it's just not for everyone. And the same with like, I feel like Instagram business owners and like Instagram babes that are like starting their business and stuff, people that are doing like drop shipping and stuff, I feel like it's not for everyone, and that's completely fine. And I feel like sometimes, again, like as I mentioned before, like Instagram makes it look like so easy and like quick money, but it's not. And I feel like if you're not really in it, like honestly, allow it. I do think like everyone should have multiple streams of income, or the majority of people, but it's just, it won't be everyone that does that. Like, let's just be real. And I think it's okay, like if you're someone who just does a 9 to 5, or you just do this and you go home and you chill, like that's completely fine. Like, it's not for everyone. But I just think, again, partly the reason why I feel like I have to is because I have to make it for my family, for the next generation. And I don't think that will change for me, to be honest. It will not change. And I think sometimes even when you look at people who have made it, they've made all the money in the world, they don't stop. And I think Patricia Bright actually spoke about this in one of her videos a while ago, where like, shit, I'm getting makeup on my white nails, sorry, I just deeped. Yeah, like I've just kind of deeped, like it's quite hard like to know when to stop, or when you've made it, or like feel like you've made it. And when you listen to kind of interviews and podcasts with these people that you think are so successful, they made it, they're kind of like, I haven't really made it yet. And I think also like with this work hard hustle culture, I think we have to be careful in terms of actually like taking a step back and being like, no, like look what I've achieved. Stand back and be like, nah, like I've actually done a lot. Not completely stop, but I do feel like a lot of people who are successful, we see as successful, they never stop working. Like they just never get to a point where they're like, okay, I'm gonna chill now. Like they'll work till they die. And I think, I don't know if that's sad or if that's just like, what? I just don't know how to feel about that. Like, of course, if you enjoy your work, cool. But at the same time, it's like a lot of these reasons that people started working was just so they can be free. But then like, at the same time, it's like if you're doing it more for the next generations, like you kind of want to do everything you can before you go. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of just like the thoughts in my head about life. And I'm still gonna work hard, don't worry. But I still am gonna have a rich husband too. Like, but. So I don't have to work, but I'm gonna like, do you know what I mean? Beauty powder in the shade Blondie to Bake. Sorry. Back onto social media. One thing that social media has done, and I think is a positive, especially with like TikTok and stuff, like a bit random, but I feel like I love how small artists, or like artists that, I don't know, maybe wouldn't have been bait otherwise, like their songs have just become bait from TikTok, which is just, I just love that for them. Like, I absolutely love that for them. Trying to send me that addy. But a left and a right then an adder. The band don't look too shabby. And that they've just been able to basically get the recognition that they deserve. As well as social media having its negatives, and you know, like sometimes like I feel like social media makes everything seem like, oh, we want to do this, and things that even you don't really want to do. You see on social media, you're like, oh, I want to do that, and it's like, are you sure? Is it for the right reasons? And I think when I realized as well that that is very much a thing, is when I think someone basically put a quote or something like, if you could have all the things you wanted but not post it on social media, like would you still want the thing? And that's when I was like, right, like a lot of things that we want is just social media. I think in terms of like black girl TikTok, I can't lie, I fucking love it. Black girl luxury TikTok, I can't lie, I love it. I think a lot of black women just always seem to be the bottom barrel or suffering, and it just makes me so happy to see like black women thriving, black women in their element, black women with their feminine element or whatever they want to call it. But it just makes me like so happy to see like black women actually like winning and doing their thing like as they should. And I think that's the part that I really like. And also like that's kind of where, to young black girls, I feel like it sets a good example of like, it makes you see it, because a lot of, unfortunately, young black girls who haven't had maybe the best kind of like the best examples around them, it kind of like makes it attainable. It makes it seem like, no, like I can actually be a luxury black girl. Maybe whether I came from it or not, like it just puts it into perspective. A lot of these girls are normal. They'll be like the girls that are like, yeah, like I quit my last job, learn how to code, and now I'm on a 100k salary a year. Like I just fucking love that for them. Like love it for them. Be like, rah, like this is just a random girl. She's not a celebrity, she's not influencer, like she's just a normal girl, taught herself how to code online, and now she's on a 100k salary, like, and they're just living their life. And I just love that, and I think it just really makes that just seem attainable. Like, oh, if she could do it, like I could do that too. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna quickly bronze with the Fenty Mocha Mami bronzer. This is what I was using to as a mirror before. Moral of the story is like, you can achieve anything you want, keep working. Life is hard right now, but life isn't hard. And I think as a Christian as well, like, I don't know, it's mad, like when I think of like when I kind of heard the point that like, not that I didn't know this, but it's kind of like, I don't know, hearing it is sometimes a bit mad, like whether you're Christian or not, like, well, me as a Christian, I'm just gonna speak as being a Christian, like even like if you believe in God, whatever, have a good relationship with God, it doesn't mean that shit isn't gonna happen to you. Like shit's still gonna happen to you, but it's just like about how you deal with it. And I think whether, like I said, whether you're Christian or not, like a lot of things, it's like how you deal with the situation and like what you learn from it. Like life is hard, life is not easy. Some people's life is unfortunately harder than others, but it's like I definitely do believe that God wouldn't allow that to happen to you basically if you couldn't handle it. So life is hard, keep working, stay happy is kind of the vibe I'm going for this video. I know it wasn't the most like, yeah, life is great video, but I'm just being real. Like, this is just how I feel. Like, I'm ready to be rich now. I'm ready for my YouTube to blow. So guys, blow the shit up. Blow the shit ups. Like, this is on you guys. If you watch this and you have got to this point and you haven't subscribed, you better subscribe. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna use this Huda Beauty eyeliner. It's called the Lifeliner in Extreme Black, and this shit is black as fuck. Blackity black, black, black. I do black and pattern this with the camera on, so just can't talk. But you know, eyeliner is sisters, not friends. Like, they both look good, they just look a bit different. This one is a bit more faint. They just look a bit different, but what I do sometimes is, Grace Laura, I love her eyeliner where she like puts a little like inner corner bit. Sometimes I do that, but I'm not gonna do that because I can't lie, I don't have patience right now. I like never wear mascara because I usually wear lashes, but again, I don't want to put on lashes because I'm gonna take them off soon anyway. So this mascara tester that I think is from Kat Von D, but I think it's named something else now apparently. Like, I don't know what happened. I think I don't know, something about changing the name. Somebody violated somebody, or like apparently one of them was like really rude, but it's just the mascara I have. If I'm not meant to be using it, I'm really sorry. Or if the person meant to be cancelled, I'm sorry, but it's just what I have, okay? Okay. I think I said this before, but I saw Adiola Patron do this, and you basically use this as a slip liner and it slaps, so I'm gonna do that. This Kylie liquid lipstick in the colour Ginger, and it's like the matte one. You need that like in a colour, so it looks really light now, as you can see, to be honest, today. But I've just decided my brows are just gonna look different every single day, so it is what it is. I just turned off the light, so I think I look a little bit less washed out. But yeah, this is the complete look. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. If I upload this before Christmas, hopefully. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you kind of like agree with any of my opinions, or I don't know, let me know how you're feeling. Tell me about like how you feel about life. The Fenty baby make it juice setting spray. Okay, now I'm done. Bye guys.